Hi, welcome back. We're still working on Chapter 3 review video where you're taking notes, and we're actually on the second video because now we're going to find the area. So the area requires us to know the formula and then just use the formula. So I see that this shape is a triangle. Okay. So the formula that I do need to memorize for the test, the area formula for a triangle is base times altitude divided by 2. This is very important because base times height doesn't work for all triangles. So this is the formula you should be memorizing because it's the most accurate. Now, as long as I know the base and the altitude, I can find the area of a triangle. So let's do it. I look on my picture and it appears the base here is 7. So that's where I'm going to put that. And it appears that my height is 4, but also that's my altitude. So I'm going to drop an egg from B and boo, drop it. It's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the height, or how tall my triangle is 4, and technically that's called the altitude because it makes a 90 degrees with the base. So when I calculate it, the base was 7, the altitude 4, and don't forget the area of this is not 28. If I count up the boxes, it's very obviously not 28. It's half of 28. Okay, so half of 28 is 14 inches squared. And a lot of times I like to write it inside my shape just for fun. 14 inches squared, if there's enough room in there. Perfect. Next problem. My next problem is a parallelogram. Okay, so I have to find the area of a parallelogram. The formula is ABA. Area is equal to the base times the altitude. So this is like the rectangle formula. So if I know the base, so here my base is 9. This is my other base, it's also 9. So that works. So my base is definitely 9. And my altitude, I gotta drop an egg. So let's do it. Boo, splat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the altitude of my shape. So I calculate the area. If the base is 9 and the altitude is 5, then my area should be 45 inches squared. Awesome. And I'm going to put that in here, 45 inches squared. Whoop, that's my area. Beautiful. And don't forget, you also have to memorize the formula. It's going to be a question all by itself on the test. Okay, one more. We're almost done. This is a trapezoid. Okay, perfect. So for my trapezoid, I have a very different formula. Now, some students will cut this into different shapes and add them up, and that should give you the same answer. There's actually a technical formula for the trapezoid because it has 2 bases that are different. So the formula is base 1 plus base 2 divide by 2 times the altitude. Cool. So make sure you memorize that formula. Now to calculate it, you have to know the base 1 and the base 2. So it looks like one of the bases is 10 and one of the bases is 5. So we're going to be adding these 2 numbers together, and the order shouldn't matter. So my area is 5 plus 10 or 10 plus 5. That doesn't matter. And then I'm going to divide it by 2, and then I need to multiply it times my altitude. So I got to drop an egg. Boo, splat. So let's count. How far did the egg drop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. So if the egg drops 6, that's my altitude. Now let's just finish the math. So the area is 5 plus 10, which is 15, divided by 2 times 6. So that would be 7.5 times 6. Well, interesting. 7.5 times 6 would be 45 inches squared. Okay. And I'm going to put, because there's room, I'm going to put my answer inside the shape. 45 inches squared. because that's what area is. It's the space this takes up inside of here. Perimeter is the length of the outside if you added them all up. Area is the space inside. Thanks for joining me. Go and study, watch the video a couple different times if you need to. And also, don't forget, it might help you out to highlight these 3 formulas because you do have to have them memorized. Take care.